Hi everyone, welcome back to my student diary. So today I wanted to talk about anxiety, and I wanted to talk about anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and what they are for me and what kinds of attacks can happen. So, as you know, I've been having trouble with this recently, and I have anxiety attacks that are physical rather than mental. So, those are two kinds you can get, or you can get a mixture of both. For me, it's mostly physical attacks that I get, and they can come out of nowhere. Sometimes I know what the triggers are, sometimes I don't. Um, so the attack itself is it usually starts with feeling my heart racing and overheated. Um, my whole body will go from really cold to super hot, and if I'm outside, I'll need to start peeling off layers of coats, scarves, whatever. If it's cold outside, I won't feel that cold because I'm having this rush of heat and it's literally unbearable. Um, I'll also have my whole body, the upper half, will become tense, especially down my spine and around here and up the neck and the jaw and up the back of the head. It's to the point where like I'm like this and I can barely kind of move or function properly, and that restricts me breathing fully comfortably. It's like there's a corset on underneath my skin and someone's pulling the strings tighter and tighter, and there's hand wrapped around my lungs. This is very uncomfortable, and it can lead to panic in the mind as well, where it's not necessarily like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is going to happen. It's like, fuck, I need to sit down, I need to find a quiet space to calm physically and to just get my breathing back to normal. um, and this can last from 30 seconds to an hour, maybe more. And once it's passed, and my body starts to unclench itself, I will feel really drained. I will need to sleep or find a quiet space just to curl up into a ball in a corner somewhere, um, just so I can regain some sort of strength and ability to do things. Um, Having someone with me is sometimes good and sometimes it's better if I'm alone. Um, it varies on what happens with it. Some days I don't have them at all, and then there's days where I feel fine in the morning, and then by mid afternoon, boom, one hits, and then I'm in trouble because I'm far away from home. I can't get back to a space that feels comfortable for me. Um, so it becomes really unbearable. Even with like medication or whatever, then it still happens. It's still there. As for mental anxiety, I don't tend to get that anymore. I used to, um, but I'm very much logical and reasonable within my mind. Like I know these things are going to happen. I think the closest I get to that is when one kicks off, is that I'm very scared that I might pass out. And I know passing out is not bad for you, but I've had really bad experiences in the past that have been with me through childhood and into adolescence and so on, that was like queried epilepsy, and I had some symptoms of that, but it wasn't that. The doctors couldn't figure it out, so they just thought it was like a chemical imbalance that was triggering it. It's a stress reaction. So that really worries me, because I've been told when I've passed out and people have witnessed it, it's very scary looking, which obviously it is. But when I come round from that, it's really uh, intense, nauseating, and fucking scary, put it that way. So usually the mental experience isn't like doesn't start with racing thoughts. It's something that comes on. Like the physical also has like this, it's like a burning sensation in the brain. And I mean, everyone's attacks are slightly different, but um, they have a lot of similarities to them. Um, Mine comes and goes. Like, I'll have periods, long periods where I don't have one, and then I'll have really acute periods like I'm having right now. And this is probably the worst period that I've had, where I'm very physically unable to leave the house. Um, and I've had to put in place different things with my university to say, like, this is what's happening with me. They've witnessed it. People around me have witnessed it, and they're doing everything they can to help me, and I'm doing what I can to help me. I'm just really frustrated that I cannot get out. I like to go to the gym. I like to be in that space. I like lifting weights. I like going on the treadmill for a couple of hours and zoning out to some music. And that's the best kind of treatment for mental illness or panic disorder, anxiety attacks, is to have exercise and work that energy out. I think that's what I need. Um, but I can only get so far at the house before one kicks in, and then I'm done. I'm done for the day. I need to get back into the house and I need to sleep. And I'll be sleeping for like 4 to 6 hours, even if I've had a full night's sleep with no broken parts, um, with no like nightmares and that have woke me up, or these things can increase and escalate. So what have I done to try alleviate those things? So I've been to my doctor. The doctor knows about these things, and I've been put on Citalopram. I think it's called Celexa or something like that in the US, and propranolol, which is a beta blocker, which stops the physical effects, but it's not working on me very well. Which is a shame, but the citalopram itself takes a while to kick in, and I'm not quite sure it's good for me. Everyone has different things. This is my first experience taking medication like this, as I've always been very good at dealing with it by myself, but this is a very acute kind of instance what I'm going through right now. So I have decided to try this out. Now, there are side effects to citalopram itself where you are having dry mouth. You'll feel extra tired when you start taking it. I know I've slept quite a lot. Doubly frustrating because I don't want to be. I want to be working, I want to be doing things. You will have weird dreams. Some people have nightmares. I've just noticed a really increase in weird dreams as well. But the other effect I've had from citalopram is that I've had no sensation to smoke. I'd already been at a point where I was almost stopped smoking, and I've not had the urge or sensation to smoke, like the sensation here, because I got down to smoking like half a cigarette, like a day or one or two a day, or maybe a joint, cannabis to help me sleep at night. But now I have no sensation to do that, which is odd. And a friend tried to give me a ciggy the other day there, and I took one smoke of it. I'm like, oh no, I'm done. I'm done. Put that out. Throw that away. So I think that's maybe a good side effect of it. But I'm only in like week 3 of that treatment, and they do say it takes 4 to 6 weeks for it to fully kick in. Citalopram is an SSRI. I think my friend described it to me. It's like a happy pill. It increases serotonin in the brain, and hopefully will help me be a bit happier and can manage my stress a bit better. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this, as I'm always very skeptical about medication as it is. But so far I've not had any really bad effects from it. So I'm going to try it out for a couple of months, maybe, and we'll see what happens. Until then, who knows? But my anxiety is an ongoing thing, and everybody has different experiences with it. I think the best thing is to know that to ground yourself, and to be reasonable in what you're thinking about. I'm a very logical person. Like, I'm not going to take things out of hand, and if I am, then maybe I'll be like, meh, maybe I'm about out of hand. Maybe I need to be a bit more empathetic to myself and not take things out of proportion, out of context. Because I know that can happen with a lot of people. And I would say I have a milder form of anxiety, but it's very heavy on the physical, and I just need to get past that. I want to go back to where I was before this started kicking off, because I was actually very happy, very settled in myself, very loving and whatnot. But I also tied that in with going to the gym a hell of a lot, and working out that extra energy. So I think I just need to do that, and also paying attention to my breathing. And I was into doing some yoga, meditation, having meditation music on, that really helped. Just doing things a bit more for myself, and putting aside things that I didn't really need to be doing. So there's that whole kind of self-care and love that comes with it too. My friends have witnessed me doing my anxiety attacks. One was here yesterday and witnessed one, and he was like, this is the worst I've seen of you doing this for a while, because I've had a few in front of him and they've been really just small, minor ones. But this one was pretty big. It's to the point where I couldn't look him in the eye because it was so fucking painful. Like, I didn't want him to see how bad it was, almost masking in a way. And I kept looking away, and I was fiddling with my hair tie like this, just trying to calm down. Because everything was so tight, I couldn't really breathe, it was really warm and really hot. And it's been mentioned that it's really, really kind of bigger than it usually is, which is, I think personally it's connected to a lot to do with uni and whatever else seems to be going on subconsciously for me. And I need to work on ways to work that out, where it's through exercise, where it's through writing, where it's through just slowly and finding ways to get out more and do things without fear. I'll try do a routine of walking outside, and I can get round a corner 2 minutes later, boom, it'll start kicking in, and I'll need to fast paced walk all the way back round to get here and to lie down, because it's just so much. Would I recommend Citalopram to anybody else right now? No, because I don't think I have enough experience in Citalopram to recommend it to anybody else. I would recommend exercise, I would recommend yoga, meditation, I would recommend reading and knitting or crochet, things that help you, that are portable, that aren't based on electronics, and that you can build stuff with and learn new skills from. If you don't know how to do these things, you can learn a lot from visual help from YouTube itself. Good Knit Kisses is a really good way to learn how to knit and do these things. Even if you don't have an aim of making things, just even aimless knitting is really good. And you can take it with you anywhere you need to. Same with books, same with reading. They create empathy, and they create a whole world and host of distraction and forgetfulness. And maybe you can come across a book that has some of the things that you're thinking about, some of the things you're dealing with, and it'll help you understand better about yourself and all the things encompassing in your life, or about humanity, or something that's really, that you can find common ground with. Okay, so this has been my little video about anxiety, citalopram, anxiety attacks, and ways to get past it. If you know anybody that's in the same kind of boat, let them know about this video and get them to comment below and let me know what their experiences are on citalopram or their anxiety, their things. I just want to get a kind of wider sense of what the issue is, and I will keep doing update videos about what I've managed to do and what I've managed not to do. I'm going to try to get to uni next week. again, and hopefully do 2 days, because I managed one day, it was great, and the next day was utter shit. So little steps, one day at a time, and we'll see where it goes. But for now, this has been my student diary, and I will hopefully bring you more updates very soon. Till next time, bye.